Dum da da dum. Whoa, whoa. Hello, people. This is definitely not Chad Marco. Oh, I know the setup looks a bit different tonight because I'm actually laying in bed. The way my room is. Look, I got a cool room, but it's like my bed is on one end of the room and my TV is on the other end of the room. But I'm going for maximum comfy. I moved the TV to like the edge of my bed. That's why I'm sitting here, right now on the edge. I better be careful too with that camera because normally if I'm gonna look at like if I'm gonna bring up some crazy shit, I can just turn to face only. But now you can kind of see the screen. Yeah, this. I better be careful here. Oh yeah. So welcome to Neat and Chill, the special skull face edition. Happy Halloween, everyone. So we got another Halloween, one of my favorite holidays out of the entire year. Probably the only holiday that I actually somewhat take seriously, pretty much every Halloween, what I do is, I'll just watch a bunch of horror movies for like a week straight. And so far, I haven't I've kind of gotten started. Like I've watched like some horror movies here and there, but I haven't really gotten completely ramped up the way that I like to. But this weekend I plan on going very hard. I got quite the lineup, but I am prepared. All right. Got a lot more where that came from, but I'm just flexing a little bit here. But you know what? I thought, because it's been a while since I've done it. It's been a while since I've watched a horror movie on stream or anything like that. So I say, you know what? Let me actually do that again. So tonight I'm going to be watching. I got to be careful because you can't just watch anything on YouTube streaming because of copyright. So if you're going to watch a horror movie on YouTube, it's got to be something that's copyright free or public domain. So what better public domain horror movie to watch other than the classic Night of the Living Dead? If you've never seen it before, how dare you? Cool name. Welcome to the stream. I know the stream is a little out of the blue, random. I kind of debated if I wanted to stream or not, but I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Are you going to talk about Thug or not? Thug. What happened with Thug? Oh, you talking about him pleading guilty? This is the Halloween stream. This is the Young Thug stream. Do you know something I don't know though? Because I do want to know. Right before I started streaming, I saw that I think he had pled guilty or something, but I think it was like he pled guilty under the condition. No, he free, completely free. Yeah, so I can't let this distract my stream here. But hold up. Damn. Completely free? Hold up, give me a second here. Give me 1 second. Cause I thought that he pled guilty under like a condition that he would get like a light sentence. But I didn't think they would just straight up free his ass. Hold up. Let me see. Let me make sure. Thugger free. That's crazy. That's why he was saying all that shit. I apologize and all that. It's because he knew he was coming home. What? Young Thug is wow. Young Thug is heading home. Judge sentenced 40 years to serve the first 5 in prison, but commuted to time he's already served, followed by 15 years on probation, followed then by a backloaded 20 years. So the world, anybody was not written by him. Wait, what? He has accepted a plea deal and was served 15 years in prison. He go home. What? So that's why he was talking like that. That's why he was talking like that, bro. I see. Cause it was so weird because out of nowhere he was taking responsibility when he was fighting it for so long, and now he just like, fuck it, yeah, I take responsibility for this and that. Damn. I guess that's the next headline, huh? But this stream ain't about Thugger. Damn it, this stream ain't about Thugger. Already got me distracted. Yeah, I mean, I guess good for him. Shit, he probably won't do that anymore. Whatever the fuck he was doing. But yeah, it's Halloween, so I'm gonna be streaming a classic horror movie, Night of the Living Dead, as I lay in my bed. Right? And yeah, that's really about it. You know, anybody feel free to watch along, whatever. Right? But I'll be here for like 2 hours probably. So let me see here. I want to get this set up. I won't be distracted by Thugger. I refuse. I refuse. I'll look into that later. I'll look into it later. Damn. I guess it's kind of bittersweet because, like, you see the excitement that people have for him coming home after fighting the case for so long and him being such a beloved artist. But I feel like at the same time, there's so much evidence that shows that he was a gang member and was connected to all these different crimes and criminals. I feel like if it's true that he was a gang member and that these crimes were being committed as a result of his gang and his affiliation, then it's kind of fucked up, that in the end they didn't get him. if you think about it, I'm just saying, because I feel like we get so caught up in the mystique and the popularity of these characters and these rappers and shit that we forget, like, wait a minute, he's a criminal and criminals shouldn't be walking the street. But nobody gives a fuck what I gotta say. Nobody cares about that. So okay, let me make sure. I don't know if anybody has an issue with the volume. Just let me know. Let me see here. Probation free. God damn it. Wait, is that it? Oh. Wait, music? These subtitles? Okay, there we go. God. Cheap mask. Now my handsome face is exposed again. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't even put the... whoa. Okay. Let's see. Face and screen. All right, there we go. All right. That should be good to know. How does that look? Oh, great. Just my balls. I gotta get ready here. Just my balls. Kimosabi. Welcome to the stream. I'm just watching some Night of the Living Dead. Happy Robot Wing. Yes, we got the story. We got the story. Shout out to Ice Spice. Please marry me. It's been a little while since I've seen this. Maybe like a whole year or so. Not long. If the audio balance is off, just let me know, because I'm sure it is. Directed by George Abrams. So you'll be surprised that this movie is public domain, considering how big it was and how popular it is. But from what I read, there was like an issue.
They ought to make the day the time changes.
When they were registering for copyright, I think like it was a misspelling. It was somebody misspelled something, and it fucked up the whole copyright process.
Now we've still got a 3-hour drive back. We're not going to be home until after midnight.
Well, if it really bugged you, Johnny, you wouldn't do it.
You think I want to blow Sunday on a scene like this? You know, I figure we're either going to have to move Mother out here or move the grave into Pittsburgh.
She can't make a trip like this.
Oh, you know that she can't.
Shout out to Wiz
Khalifa, that candy
Pittsburgh, I think.
No.
Was he competing?
Look at this thing. We still remember. I don't. You know, I don't even remember what the man looks like.
Johnny, it takes you 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes to put the wreath on the grave and 6 hours to drive back and forth. Mother wants to remember, so we trot 200 miles into the country and she stays at home.
Well, we're here, John, all right?
Yeah, it's too late.
Back on.
You know, really, he could have just like took the
and
flowers and dropped them off
coming back on the air after an interruption
somewhere
due to
and then
technical
pretended. Right. I'm just saying, if it bothers you that much, like drive up the street, throw the damn flowers in the woods, and be like, "Yep, Mom, we went." Of course, you got to do something.
Nothing wrong with the radio. Must have been the station.
5 hours.
Which row is it in?
They're coming to get you. Ooh, I like that tie. I gotta invest in some better ties, man.
Well, there's no one around.
Well, it's late. If you'd gotten up earlier.
Oh, look, I already lost an hour's sleep on the time change.
I think you complain just to hear yourself talk. There it is.
So this is a romance movie all about love. The incestuous love of a brother and sister. Cut short by zombies.
I wonder what happened to the one from last year.
We're watching the classic.
Each year we spend
Night
good
of
money
the
on
Dead.
these things.
Drinking
Come out
some
here and the
Starry.
one from last year's gone.
Well, the flowers die, and the caretaker or somebody takes them away.
Yeah, a little spit and polish. You can clean this up. Sell it next year. Wonder how many times we bought the same one.
Oh, she's praying. Well, she takes it a bit more seriously than he does. I never noticed that. I've seen this movie like 100 times.
Hey, come on, Barb.
I've
Church
never
was
noticed
this
that she
morning,
was praying there at the grave. I thought neither one of them took it seriously. I thought they both were like, man, fuck this shit. I knew he was complaining more than her, but she was actually praying at the grave. Yeah, well, I guess there was some significance to it.
Hey, I mean, praying's for church, huh? Come on.
I haven't seen you in church lately.
Well, there's not much sense in my going to church. Do you remember one time when we were small, we were out here? It was from right over there. I jumped out at you from behind the tree, and Grandpa got all excited, and he shook his fist at me, and he said, "Boy, you'll be damned to hell." Remember that? Right over there.
Yeah, right over there.
Well, you used to really be scared here.
Johnny.
You're still afraid.
Stop it now, I mean it.
She's kind of a scaredy cat, you think about it.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Stop it. You're ignorant.
They're coming for you, Barbara.
Hope you have a good night, day.
Stop it.
We got different
You're acting
time
like
zones.
a child.
Hey,
They're coming for
It's
you.
gonna be a fantastic Halloween
Look,
weekend.
there comes one of them now.
He'll hear
Although
you.
you guys
Here he
probably don't
comes
see
now.
much over the weekend.
I'm getting out
Once
of
I really get
Johnny.
going.
Oh!
Because I probably masturbating
Johnny! Help me!
too. Yeah, protect your sister. Yeah. You got it, Johnny. Hit him with the elbow drop. Stone Cold Stunner. He was winning, actually. What went wrong? Oh, that. That's pretty good. He like, on the way down, he just grabbed his head and said, "Ugh," right across the tombstone. What would you call that? Because he's not quite running, but he's not doing like a zombie shuffle either. It's like he's aggressively power walking. What was wrong with the car? I think Johnny had the key. Oh, damn. I don't think it was ever explained why the zombies ended up, oh shit, coming to be in the first place. You know, it's interesting too because this is one of the earlier zombie movies, and you see them using tools. Like he grabbed a rock purposefully to break that window. Although this isn't the first zombie movie, not about a long shot. I think zombie movies are coming out like in the 30s and 40s. I wonder why Night of the Living Dead gets so much credit for the zombie genre though. There was zombie movies before. I guess because it was like, it was the best. To be completely honest. It was the best one. You should rewatch American Psycho. Yeah, but it's probably copyrighted like hell. You know, if you don't stream it on YouTube, it's got to be like public domain horror movies. Get that bitch. Get that bitch. You know, if this were me, I would have survived this part. I might have died later, but I could outran this dude. Would I have thought to stop at the house? I'd be like, let me stop here and ask for help. Maybe, it depends. That'll get you too long. If you stay there too long. Yeah, I mean, she did outrun him, but it was going to the house. That was the issue. That allowed him to catch up. I wouldn't have done it. I could probably survive a zombie outbreak completely on foot for a while, right? Not forever, but like the initial rush. As long as they're not like Dawn of the Dead super fast zombies, if they're like these, I could outrun them for a while. And the adrenaline, man, I would have crazy runner's high. You know, I always thought about the best way to survive a zombie apocalypse or whatever, zombie outbreak. Something like this. Let's say it's a zombie outbreak on the scale of Night of the Living Dead. I always had this idea, and I'm not sure exactly how much it will work, but in my mind, it's a good idea, right? So, this is what you do. You get a 2-story house, right? You get a 2-story house, and you destroy the stairs that lead up to the second story. Now the zombies can't get to you. And then, now you're asking, well, how do you get out? How do you get food? Ladder. Now you might die going outside to get food. You can always die. I'm not saying it's foolproof, but think about it. Think about it. Go to a 2-story house, get everything that's important upstairs, and destroy the staircase. Completely destroy it so that zombies can't climb it or anything like that. And boom, what's it gonna do? Is that fool? Oh, damn. Isn't that fool? Damn near foolproof? Unless it's like World War Z zombies, they can climb on top of each other. I've never seen that one, but I've seen that scene where they're like climbing on top of each other. These zombies are easy to survive. Oh yeah, for sure. But the only thing about it, they can think somewhat. Cause you've seen him like using the tools. And I think he just ripped out the telephone wire too. But I don't know if that was on purpose. But he definitely grabbed that stone. So they can use tools. They know how to use tools. Some of them anyway. That might be a problem. But yeah, these aren't like the hard ones. The hard ones are like the Dawn of the Dead. Man, that shit. Dawn of the Dead remake, I mean. Them motherfuckers, that was terrible. Like, oh man. One thing I always liked about 28 Days Later. One thing I always liked about 28 Days Later is that I think that the zombies could starve to death. Like they had to eat. So an effective strategy was just to outweigh them. Just wait until they starve to death. See, right here, like, however you can destroy that staircase. Spooky. Just gotta avoid the major cities where hordes would be, but in areas with slow zombies is easy. Yeah. Definitely avoid the cities. You better go hang out with them rednecks. There's our hero.
It's all right.
I'm sure a lot of racist white people left the theater in
Don't worry about
1968
it,
when they
man.
saw this dude.
Probably did a lot more of them as soon as they
Like,
find
what
out
the
about us.
fuck? Who is this? A colored man?
Yes. This pump out here is locked. Is there a key?
A colored?
We're trying to get out of here if we can get some
What is-
gas. Is there a
I
key?
guess if you never seen the movie, you wouldn't know that he's the hero yet. You might just think, oh, he's probably the butler or something. The real hero is on the way.
Tried this.
Oh, there we go. That's better.
Do you live here?
Do you live here?
Jesus.
Oh, damn. He got fucked up.
We've got to get out of here. We have to get to where there's some other people.
I wonder if he was wearing makeup.
Maybe
His
we
face
better
was
take
kinda
some
weird.
food. I'll see if I can find some food.
She's in shock. Her brother just got skull crushed by a zombie. That ain't exactly fun. But you know, whenever you look into the history of this movie, the director, I believe George A. Romero, he always talks about how, you know, having a black hero, a black protagonist in a movie like this is kind of, it was very, very different. And I go back, I watch a lot of old horror movies. You rarely see like a black protagonist in old horror movies.
How you think it's happening?
What's happening?
A lot of times, if you saw black people in horror movies, they were like like the shuffling Uncle Tom Butler types.
2 of them.
There's like this hilarious horror movie called, I think, The King of Zombies from like
Have you seen any more
1940s or
around
something.
here? I can take care
And the
of
black guy in it, he is hilarious, but it's kind of like, it's bittersweet because it's like, it's an example of how black people were portrayed back then. Like he was like the little dumb black helper making jokes all the time. He was funny as hell, but again, it just serves an example of like, oh damn. Yeah, man, these were the old school zombies. You could just go outside with a pipe and just beat them down, Silent Hill style. But I think George A. Romero said that when he cast this guy, I forgot the exact story, but I think he just picked him based purely on the merit of his acting skills and ability to play the character. I don't think he planned for him to be black from the beginning, but it's kind of a big deal at the time. Oh, open areas, I got you. What film is it? This is Night of the Living Dead. You never seen this? I don't see how anybody who's seen horror movies and never seen this. This is like the grandfather of zombie movies, of modern day zombie movies. There were zombie movies before this, to reiterate, but this was the zombie movie. Like, this is the zombie movie that popularized the zombie genre. Like, going into the 70s, you started to see more zombie movies get made. Like the 70s and 80s. I think the genius of Night of the Living Dead and what separated it from earlier zombie movies is the way it was presented as almost like a pandemic. Because you have like these different people from different walks of life who kind of come together in this farmhouse, and they're all kind of dealing with the crisis together in different ways. And then on top of that, you see like the response of law enforcement and the television stations talking about it. Like, you never saw a zombie movie presented like that. At least as far as like the zombie movies I saw. Like the older zombie movies, it would be like some isolated incident, right? It'll be like somebody went to like an island or something, and there was a voodoo witch doctor bringing people back to life. It'd be something like that. But this was different because, like I said, it was presented as like something that would be on the news, something that the entire city or world had to deal with simultaneously, as opposed to like just some weird shit in a tribal village somewhere. And I guess that presentation is really what made it stand out and what made it so popular, because it was never presented like that. And when you think about it, when people think of zombies now, like, you think of it in terms of like the way you look at hurricanes or the outbreak of nuclear war or something. Like, how would I survive that? And I think it all stems back to this particular movie.
Get some more lights on in this house.
What year is this movie? This is 1968. There was a remake that was made in 1992 or one. And in the remake, the black guy, Ben, he's played by, what's his name? Candyman dude. Tony Todd, the guy who played Candyman, plays him in the remake. But the remake isn't that good. The remake isn't very good.
Why don't you see if you can find some wood, some boards, something there by the fireplace, something we can nail this place up.
He caught himself. He like, I can't
know
talk to a
you're
white woman like that.
I'm afraid.
I'm gonna get lynched.
But we have to try to board the house up together. Now, I'm going to board up the windows and the doors. Do you understand? We'll be all right here. We'll be all right here until someone comes to rescue
We're gonna
us.
be all right, baby.
But we'll have to work together. You'll have to help me. Now, I want you to go in and get some wood so I can board
That's
the
got
place
to be
up.
pretty
You understand?
frustrating. You're trying to survive the
Okay.
fucking zombie outbreak, and you
Okay.
got a damn near comatose, traumatized white lady who can't do shit with you. While you sitting there fighting zombies hand to hand, trying to board up the doors. You basically by yourself in that situation. But she did just see her brother get killed. Rest in peace, Johnny. The remake is kind of interesting. You can tell they tried to like throw off the viewers' expectations by switching things around a bit, but I don't know. The remake seems entirely pointless to me. You know, just completely missed the mark. You look at like the Evil Dead remake or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, and you might not prefer them to the original, but I feel like they had like an impact. Like they were valuable, served a purpose. The remake of this movie it seemed just so pointless, bro. I think this came out in 1968. Yeah, this is an old one. You know, older horror movies can be kind of an acquired taste because they tend to start off really slow. So you kind of got to have patience to get into like older horror movies. But I love watching them. I love watching older horror movies. Oh, look at her. Like she's finally trying to help. She got her little wood. That is adorable. She came in there like, I got wood. And this man in here sweating, back breaking work, trying to board up the house. There she go. There you go. There you go. Help the man out. Help the homie out. Damn. If you think about it, that's how a lot of women would react in this kind of situation. Oh yeah, for sure. And the worst thing is they're gonna be looking at the men to do everything. All that strong, independent shit will go out the window. Even the ones that don't panic.
That's wrong. Yeah,
What they're gonna do is they're gonna be shaming the men, like right, trying to get us to endanger ourselves. I'm telling you.
Secure.
Why you scared to go outside?
If we have to, we can run in here and board up the doors.
I ain't doing that. You do that.
Things be back pounding their way in here. They're afraid now.
Whatever you think we should do, they're gonna want to do the opposite. It'll be crazy.
You know a place back down the road called Beekman's Diner? Anyhow, that's where I found that truck I have out there. There's a radio in the truck. I had jumped in to listen to it when a big gasoline truck came screaming right across the road with there must have been 10, 15 of those things chasing after it, grabbing and holding on. Now, I didn't see them at first. I could just see that the truck was moving in a funny way. And those things were catching up to it. The truck went right across the road. Slammed on my brakes to keep from hitting it myself.
I feel like this story
Right
that
through
he's
the
telling is
guardrail.
kind of important as far as like the point I was making earlier about what made this movie different. You know, he was talking about how the
Guess the driver
zombie
must have cut off
outbreak.
the road into that gas station by Beekman's Diner.
Was affecting the area where he was at a diner.
It went right through the billboard, ripped over a gas pump.
Again,
and
just
never
kind of
stopped
showing
moving.
that this
By now
thing
it's
is
like a moving
happening
bonfire.
all over the place. Because most of the movie just takes place at this particular area. But I feel like with this story that he's telling, it's kind of like letting the viewer know, like, this is happening not just at this farmhouse here or at the cemetery. It's happening everywhere.
I looked back at the diner to see if there was anyone there who could help me. It was when I noticed that the entire place had been encircled. There wasn't a sign of life left except... By now there were no more screams. I realized that I was alone with 50 or 60 of those things, just standing there, staring at me. I started to drive. I just plowed right through them. They didn't move, they didn't run or just stood there staring at me. Just wanted to crush them. They scattered through the air like bugs.
It's kind of funny what he just said there. He said, I just
We were
wanted to
riding
crush
in the
them.
cemetery,
Like he was having fun.
Johnny and me. Johnny,
Uh-oh.
we came to put a wreath on my father's grave. Johnny, and he said, "Can I have some candy, Barbara?" We didn't have any. And, oh, it's hot in here. Hot. And he said, "Oh, it's late. Why did we start so late?" And I said, "Johnny, if you'd gotten up earlier, we wouldn't be late." Johnny asked me if I were afraid. And I said, "I'm not afraid, Johnny." And then this man started walking up the road.
I don't
He
like his
came
facial
slowly,
expressions when she's telling
And
the
Johnny
story.
kept
It's like-
teasing me and saying,
It's like he
"He's
knows he's about to go
coming
left.
to get you,
He's
Barbara."
about to get back.
And I laughed at him and said, "Johnny, stop it." And then Johnny ran away. And
That reminds me of an
I went
episode
up
of
to
Fresh
this
and
man,
Fit. Some big guy
and
tried
I
to
was
break
going
in
to
and fight
apologize.
everyone. There would be like 9 women on the
Why don't
panel.
you just keep calm?
And they all hid
And I
under the
looked up
table and started hiding. Oh, of
and
course.
I said, "Could he?" And he grabbed me. He grabbed me. And he ripped at me. He held me and he ripped at my clothes.
I think you should just calm down.
I think in a situation like this, you gotta know how to utilize the women. You gotta give them something to do, but something that's not like too demanding.
And he wouldn't let me go. He ripped. And then Johnny came and he ran and he fought this man. And I got so afraid. I ran. And Johnny didn't come.
Like maybe put some of the girls on lookout. Something simple
We
they
had to
can do.
wait for Johnny.
Just don't expect them to be frontline warriors and sacrificers. Right?
Maybe we better go out and get him. We have to go out and get Johnny. He's out there. Please, don't you hear me? We've got to go out and get him. Please! We have got to go get Johnny!
See, she about to fuck up the whole situation. Come on, let's go outside.
Don't you know what's going on out there? This is no Sunday school picnic.
Don't you understand? My brother is alone!
Your brother is dead.
No!
Ooh.
My brother is not dead!
Bitch, sit your ass down.
Oh,
And look, he didn't slap her. He punched her in the fucking face. Damn. You know this was the damn 60s. He didn't even slap her. He said, like, that was a closed fist to the jaw. He was like, bitch, shut your ass up. Damn. Yeah. Oh, now I'm about to have some real fun. I'm kidding. He was just making sure she was comfortable. Where the white women at, you know? That's the stress of being a man in this situation, though. He got to deal with the hysterical
because of the
woman.
obvious threat to untold numbers of citizens, and
So you
because
can
of the
hear them
crisis
talking
which is
about it
even
on the
now
radio.
developing, this
Like, you
radio
never
station
saw
will
something
remain
like that
on the air day
in
and
a
night.
zombie movie before
This
this, I don't
station
think.
and hundreds of other radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country are pooling their resources through an emergency network hookup to keep you informed of all developments. At this hour,
It was the kind of scenario that everybody could kind of put themselves into. You're living your normal everyday life, and then all of a sudden the dead are walking amongst the living, trying to eat them.
Rural homes and suburbs with no apparent pattern or reason for the slayings. It seems to be a sudden general explosion of mass
He would get
homicide.
his stream
We have
sniped
some
if he did
descriptions
American.
of these
Yeah.
assassins. Eyewitnesses
Any movie I
say they
stream
are
got to be
ordinary
public
looking.
domain.
Some say they
And there ain't a
appear
lot.
in
There ain't a lot of like
trance.
public domain horror
Others
movies.
describe them as being
And most of them like old anyway. But you know, it's more about the company of each
At
other.
this point, there is no really authentic way for us to say who or what to look for and guard yourself against. Misshapen monsters. Reaction of law enforcement officials is one of
Maybe I could do like,
this hour. So far, we have
you know,
been
streams
unable
of
to
copyrighted
determine that
movies
any kind of organized
on
investigation
Discord
is
or
yet
something
underway.
later. If I can
Police,
figure that
sheriff's
out.
deputies, and
Last time
emergency
that was a
ambulances
disaster.
are literally deluged with calls for help. The scene can best be
Token
described
Black
as mayhem.
dude.
Mayors
I
of
came from the
Pittsburgh,
cinema, saw
Philadelphia,
Terrifier
and
3,
Miami,
good
along with
slasher
the
to be
governors of
honest.
several eastern and
Good
midwestern
looking
states.
kills. Yeah, I plan on watching that this
National
weekend.
Guard may be mobilized at any moment, but that has not happened as yet. The only advice our reporters have been able to get from official sources is for private citizens.
I'm gonna
to
watch
stay in
House
their
of
homes
Spoils
behind
and
locked doors.
something
Do not venture
else
outside
tonight.
for any reason until the nature of this crisis has been determined and until we can advise what course of action to take. Keep listening to radio and TV for any special
I watched like the
instructions
first
as this
half of
crisis
House of
develops further.
Spoils because I was like, this movie gonna be
Thousands of
stupid,
office
some
and
stupid
factory
Zoomer
workers
shit.
are
It's
being
actually pretty
urged to
decent.
stay
But I
at their
finished watching
places of
it.
employment, not to make any attempt to get to their homes. However, in spite
And I
of this
watched
urging and
VHS
warning,
Beyond last
streets and
night.
highways are packed with
So-so.
frantic people trying to reach their
Right.
families or
It was
apparently
solid.
to flee just anywhere. We repeat, the safest course of action at this time is simply to stay where you are.
Look at the work this nigga putting in, bro. Like,
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just received word that the president has called a meeting of his cabinet to deal with the sudden epidemic of murder which has seized the eastern third of this nation. The meeting is scheduled to convene within the hour. Members of the presidential cabinet will be joined by officials of the FBI and
you gotta wonder if it's really worth it though. Like, look at everything he had to do, bro. Like, you gotta board up every window, every door. I appreciate the effort, but that's such a past job, man. That is such a past job.
Latest word also from National Press Services in Washington, D.C. now tells us that the emergency presidential
Good to see you,
conference
Marco.
we just
Keep up the good
mentioned
vibes
will
and
include
content. Oh, yeah, of
high-ranking
course.
scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space
I might stream some
Administration.
more this
The
weekend.
extent of this latest bulletin repeating members of his cabinet.
Some more old ass public domain horror movies.
All radio and TV stations throughout this part of the country, including one to which you're listening, have joined their facilities in an emergency network to bring
I
you
swear
this
this dude
news
been,
as
like,
it develops.
hammering shit
We
for,
urge
like,
you to
20
stay
minutes
tuned to radio and TV and to stay indoors at all costs. Late reports reaching this newsroom tell of frightened people.
Her
seeking
calling him the
refuge in
N-word
churches,
would've been more
schools, and
realistic
government
if it
buildings,
was the
demanding
60s.
shelter
I don't think
and
they wanted to go
protection
there,
from
though.
wholesale murder,
And
which
remember, the
apparently is
character was
engulfing much of the
written
nation.
like he wasn't written as a black guy. I don't think
Even at this hour,
the actor who got the role just happened to be black, so they didn't factor his race into like his interactions with the other characters.
tell the people, for God's sake, to get off the streets. Tell them to go
It's kind of funny when you think about it though, because now
we don't know what kind of murder-happy
if you see like black characters in a horror movie, like they're very much like a black character. Like their race is gonna have something to do with something.
the only clues
But
one has of the killers.
this is one example of like a black lead character, and his race just had nothing to do with anything. He just happened to be black. Nobody acknowledged his race or anything like that.
Who look like they're in a trance.
Like he was just purely presented as a hero character without it being like a racial
Some
thing.
eyewitnesses tell of seeing victims who look as though they had been torn apart. This whole ghastly story began developing 2 days ago with the report of the slaying of a family of 7 in their rural home.
Oh hell yeah! Just like that moment in Resident Evil when you find a shotgun or Silent Hill, it's like fuck yeah. He literally went from like a pipe to a gun on some Silent Hill shit, bro. And what do we have here? Good times ahead, baby. Good times ahead.
Eastern portion of Texas. Similar killings have been reported around.
That's gotta be awkward looking at somebody that you knocked them the fuck
I
out.
found the gun and some bullets out there.
He tried to act like nothing happened.
On these.
It became clear we were facing some kind of national emergency. When first reports began filtering in, newsmen
I think Marco low-key likes them white girls.
This
Of
place
course.
is boarded up pretty solid now.
in nature. However, as these
We ought to be all right here for a while.
dramatically, it was soon apparent that
We have
this
the
was
gun
something
and
more than the
bullets.
usual run of lawlessness.
Food and the radio.
Some began to suspect an obscure kind of conspiracy.
White, black.
Sooner or later, someone
Things as
bound to come and get
Hispanic.
us out.
creatures from outer space. So again, we
Asians, and they kind of low tier to me.
urging you to seek shelter.
As crazy as that might sound.
Doors and windows securely.
Hey, that's us. We're doing all right.
Cautious of any suspicious
I was really hoping you would have a stream tonight. Yep. I almost didn't do it. House of Spoils is getting good. I didn't think
Look, I
it
don't
would be
know if
good.
you're
So I was
here.
like,
in the absence of any
But I'm going upstairs now.
I'll watch the first 30 minutes and then I'll do something else.
But
it
anything
was
you
getting
try to
good, so
break
said-
in here,
said,
I can
fuck it,
hear
let me
it
stream
from up
tonight.
there. I'll be down to take care of it.
Let me stream tonight.
We repeat this radio
Watch
Everything is all right
1920s
for now. I'll be
Nosferatu.
back
Oh
to
God,
reinforce
I don't even think
windows
I'm
and doors
dead.
later.
I can't go that
But you'll
far
be all right
back.
for now, okay?
I can go back to like 1940s and up.
Dateline on this report is
But silent pictures, damn.
Civil defense officials in Cumberland have told newsmen that murder victims show evidence of having been partially
I wanna at least hear some
devoured by
dialogue.
their murderers.
This is actually a good track here for the soundtrack. You know what would have been like a good prequel movie or something? Like showing what happened to the family that were at the farmhouse before they got there. Because there were already dead bodies in here when they got there.
Consistent
So
reports
you
from
gotta
witnesses
wonder like what
to
happened.
the effect that people who acted as though they were in a kind of trance
Zenith.
were killing and eating their victims prompted authorities to examine the bodies of some of the victims. Medical authorities in Cumberland have concluded that in all cases, the killers are eating the flesh of
She's
the people they
listening and
murdered.
realizing that her brother
Repeating
probably got
this
eaten by
latest
somebody.
bulletin just received moments ago from Cumberland, Maryland, civil defense authorities have told newsmen that murder victims show
The
evidence
zombies
of having
just chilling
been
outside,
partially devoured
waiting like
by
some
their
dudes.
murderers. Medical examination
Well, they
of
aren't
victims'
very
bodies
bright.
shows conclusively that the killers are eating the flesh of the people they kill. And so this incredible story becomes more ghastly with each report.
But it's
difficult
also
to
convenient
imagine
for the
such a thing
plot,
actually
too.
happening, but these
That they aren't
other
just trying to
reports we
rush
have
in
been
while they
receiving and
getting
passing
ready
on
in
to you.
here.
Reports which have been verified as completely as is possible in this confused situation. It is happening, and it would appear that no one is safe from this wave of mass murder.
Oh boy. Here come the Trump supporters.
I just
Hold it! Don't shoot! We're from town.
City,
A radio.
County, Pennsylvania. The Butler County Sheriff has verified that reports of murder victims being partially eaten by their slayers is true. No further details available at this time. However, my
How long have you
fellow
guys been
newsmen
down there?
here
I could
and
use some
now
help up here.
That's the cellar. It's the safest place.
They were hiding in the
I mean,
basement
you
the
didn't hear the
whole
racket
time.
we were making up here.
How are we supposed to know what was going on?
because
Could have been those things for all we knew.
That girl was screaming. Sure, you must know what a girl screaming sounds like. Those things don't make any noise. Anybody would know somebody that needed help.
Look, it's kind of hard to hear what's going on.
That guy is such a man.
We thought we could hear
He
screams.
ain't trying to be mean, but that
For all we
little
knew,
white
could have
guy.
meant those things were in the
He's
house
so
afterward.
tiny.
And you wouldn't come up and help.
Well,
Oh,
if
God.
there
He
were
got
more,
like
the
5'6",
racket sounded like the
5'5"
place
or
was being
something.
ripped apart. How were we supposed to know what was going on?
Now, wait a minute.
The fact that this was hard
just gotta
fuel
do
during
the
the
same thing
60s
with
really
it.
speaks how
Now
hard
you
movies
say
since
it's
then
not
have been
like this
pushing
was
the
being
envelope.
ripped.
Oh, of
It would be
course,
nice if
dude.
you get your story straight, man.
All right, now you tell me. I'm not going to take that
If
kind
you
of a
go
chance when we
back
got a safe
and
place.
you watch like older
We
horror
luck into a
movies,
safe place, and you're
you'll
telling us we got to
notice
risk
a
our
lot of
lives
times
just
in
because
the older
somebody
horror
might need
movies,
help, huh?
like the good guys would
All right,
almost
why don't we
always
settle
win.
this,
Like
mister?
8 to
We
9
came
times
out.
out of 10.
Okay, we're here.
Now it's the
Now I
opposite.
suggest we all go back downstairs before any of those things
If
find out
everybody
we're
doesn't
in
end up
here.
getting killed, then they'll show like
Got the whole place boarded
the villain or the killer didn't really die at the end or something
They won't
like
be hard
that.
to fix.
You're insane. The cellar's the
Like,
safest
watch
place.
the first Thing
telling
movie,
you, they
The
can't
Thing
get
from
in here.
And I'm
1952.
telling you, those things
compare it
turned
to the
over our
1982
car.
one.
We were damn lucky to get away at all. Now you tell me those things can't get through this lousy pile of wood? His wife and kids downstairs. The kids hurt.
Well, I still think we're better off up here.
We could strengthen everything up, Mr. Cooper.
With all of us working, we could fix this place up in no time. We have everything we need up here.
We can take all that stuff downstairs with us. Man, you're really crazy. You know that? You got 1,000,000 windows up here. All these windows, you're gonna make them strong enough to keep these things out, huh?
I told you, those things don't have any strength. I smashed 3 of them and pushed another one out the door.
Did you hear me when I told you they turned over our car?
Oh, hell, any good 5 men can do that.
That's my point. Only there's not going to be 5 or even 10.
This is what
There's gonna be
happens
20,
when you got
30,
two alphas
maybe 100 of those things.
trying
And
to
as soon as they
survive
know
in
we're
the
here,
same
this place is gonna be
situation.
crawling.
Well, if there are that many, they'll probably get us wherever we are.
Look, the cellar. The cellar, there's only one door, right? Just one door, that's all we have to protect. Tom and I fixed it so it locks and boards from the inside. But up here, all these windows, why, we never
It's
know
kind
where
of
they were
like
going to hit us next.
in The Thing,
You got a point, Mr. Cooper.
the 1982
But down in
one,
the cellar, there's no place
when
to
you
run
had
to.
McCready
I mean, if
and
they
Childs,
did get
like
in,
two alpha
there'd be
men
no back
trying
exit. We'd be done for.
to control the situation.
We can get out of here if we have to.
But
and we got
wanting to do
windows
it
to
in
see
totally
what's going on
different ways.
outside. But down there with no windows, if a rescue party did come, we wouldn't even know it.
But the cellar is the strongest place.
The cellar is a death trap.
I don't know, Mr. Cooper. I think he's right. You know how many's out there?
I don't know, maybe 6 or 7.
Look, you two can do whatever you like. I'm going back down to the cellar, and you better decide. Because I'm going to board up that door, and I'm not going to unlock it again no matter what happens.
Now, wait a minute, Mr. Cooper.
No, I'm not going to wait. I've made my decision, now you make yours.
Now, wait a minute. Let's think about this. We can make it to the cellar if we have to.
Listen to the
If we do
man.
decide to stay down there, we'll need some things from up here. So let's at least consider this a while.
I like how he just got it in the middle of them and just
You
took
box
control,
yourself in the cellar,
Napoleon
those
style.
things get in the house, you've had it. At least up here you have a fighting chance.
They really are out there just chilling too.
Yeah, it looks like about 8 or 10 out there now.
Like they on some good pills.
There are a lot out
That's them
back,
Xanax
too.
bars, boy. Oh man. Yo, that's just like that part in Resident Evil 2 in the police station when you walk past the windows that are boarded up and the hands come through. I wonder if they watched this movie and got that, like got inspiration to put that in there. The Japanese are known for like straight jacking Americans when it comes to music, cinema, and all that shit. Respectfully, they do a good job when they do it, but they be jacking the hell out of American media.
It's all right. It's all right.
I think this scene is pretty important too because it shows them realizing that you got to shoot them in the head. And again, I don't know if this is the first zombie movie where that was established, but you see it here. He shot him twice in the chest and it didn't work. Then he shot him right between the eyes. Yeah, they rolling deep tonight. They out there deep. This is pushing the envelope. Man, glad I didn't grow up grow up in this era then. I mean, if you grew up in this era though, you would have thought this was just the craziest shit ever though. But it's just that we're used to, like, we've seen it all.
These boards. You're
So
crazy.
of course when you go back and you watch older horror
things are going to
movies,
be in every window and
they
door
don't
in
tend
this
to be as
place.
extreme as
We've
the
got to
stuff
get down
we see
into the
now.
cellar. Go down in your damn cellar. Get out of here.
But you know, just have like a black protagonist back then was something that was
Keep your
significant.
hands off here. And everything else that's up here, too. Because if I stay up here, I'm fighting for everything up here. And the
I
radio
mean,
and the
shit
food
like
is part of what I'm
Nosferatu
fighting
was
for.
scary for
Now,
motherfuckers
if
during
you're
the
going down the cellar
1920s.
again,
Yeah.
The man's insane. He's insane. We've got to have food down there. We've got a right.
Sometimes I watch these older
We've got
horror
a right.
movies, and it's crazy because
you
I
going
think
down there
back,
with him?
Well,
and you got to
Yes or
think,
no,
bro,
this
like
is your last
like
chance.
the
No beating around the
kids
bush.
of the 50s and
Listen, I got a
60s and
kid down
70s,
there.
like this shit
She
terrified
can't
them.
I couldn't bring her up here. She can't possibly take all the racket and those things smashing through the windows.
Well, you're her father.
We can look back and
You're
laugh
stupid
at it
enough to
now
go
because
die
it
in
looks
that
so
trap. That's
cheesy,
your
but
business. However, I am not stupid enough to follow you. It is tough for the kid that her old man is so stupid. Now, you get the hell down in the cellar. You can be the boss down there. I'm boss up here.
You bastards. You know, I won't open this door again. I mean it.
see ya.
Mr. Cooper, with your help, we could...
With my help.
Let him go, man. His mind is made up. Just let him go.
Wait a minute.
Let me get my bitch.
Come on up here, honey.
His
I
girlfriend.
let them
is,
get her too, huh?
It's all right, honey. Go ahead.
She's like a 5.5. I guess for the 60s, that ain't bad. That ain't bad for the 60s. A 60s
Hey, we
dame.
stick together, man. We can fix it up real good.
What's up, Marco?
There's
What's up,
lots of
government?
places we
Put
can
crack
run
in
to
my
up
blunt.
here.
Best name in the
Mr.
chat.
Cooper, we'd all be
You
a
don't
lot
go to
better
Halloween
off.
parties,
All three of us
Marco?
were working together.
Fuck no. I mean, you know, recently I've been going out more, but
Hey, kid.
I ain't quite there yet. There was a Halloween party right down the street, but it was for like kids. Like it was it was by the local smoke shop and grocery store.
He's wrong, you know.
A lot of people
I'm
out
not
there, a lot of
boxing
single
myself down
moms.
there.
I saw a lot of thick ass single moms out there, but I was like, nah, ain't my vibe.
Well, we're safe now.
Usually on Halloween, I just
What
do
are the
this. I
type?
watch a bunch of horror movies.
What about Tom and Judy?
They want to stay up there, let them. There are two other people upstairs, a man and a girl.
We heard you screaming.
Yeah, but I didn't know who they were, and I wasn't about to take any unnecessary chances.
Of course not, Harry.
His wife basically confirmed that they heard them up there the whole time and didn't do shit. But to be fair, I don't completely blame him.
Is she all right?
I don't know what it is.
I don't completely.
Feels
Let's
wrong.
not sit here and act like we all gonna be heroes in a zombie
Where'd you
fucking
get the
apocalypse.
bandage?
You hear people outside screaming when you're safe and
Laundry in the
sound.
basket I tore.
Let's go save them. Right? Come on, government. Put crack in my blunt. Let's go save them.
Let them stay upstairs.
Let's do it, gang.
Too many ways those monsters
The
can
man
get
that looks
up
like a
there.
teenager is he's look and
We'll see who's right.
it's almost
We'll
like
see.
short
When they
guys
come
almost
begging
look
me to let
better
them in
when they
down
aren't
here.
muscular. Like he's kind of buff with it
That's
too.
important, isn't it?
What?
To be right, everybody else to be wrong.
What do you mean by that?
Does anyone up there know why we're being attacked?
Whatever it isn't just happening here. It's some kind of mass murder. It's going on everywhere. The radio said to stay inside.
Radio?
Radio upstairs. I heard a news bulletin.
There's a radio upstairs and you boarded us in down here?
I know what I'm doing.
What did it say?
Nothing. Nothing. They don't know anything yet. There's mass murder everywhere, and people are supposed to look for a safe place to hide.
Take the boards off that door.
We are staying down here, Helen.
Harry, that radio is at least some kind of communication. If the authorities know what's happening, well, they'll send people for us to tell us what to do. How are we going to know what's going on if we lock ourselves in this dungeon?
That man got a fucking attitude about everything. I get it. You know, circumstances aren't great, but you need to relax.
We may not enjoy living together,
The rest of your hair gonna fall out, man.
but dying together isn't going to solve anything. Those people aren't our enemies.
Exactly. Those people aren't our enemies. Not even the black guy. This feels like a horror slice of life. It's pretty chill for a horror movie. I know. That's why I always love this
Judy
movie.
would come downstairs for a few minutes.
It's super
Harry and I
comfy
could come
for now.
upstairs.
It gets bad quick, but I love this part of the movie though. Like it's just everybody's trying to survive together.
Look, honey, nothing's gonna get done with them down
You got the
there.
black guy, the girl that lost her brother. You got the older couple and their injured daughter. You got the young couple.
Okay, open up.
And really, a lot of the inner conflict is between the black guy and that guy, the other older guy, because they're both trying to control the situation. They both got that alpha type of mentality, but they got different opinions on how they should try to survive. Really, if you got rid of one or the other, it would be a lot more peaceful.
Take care of her, Helen.
But they can't really agree on anything.
Why don't you go upstairs now?
But yeah, that's what I always loved about this movie. It's just super comfy. You get like everybody together just trying to survive, like boarding up the doors, collecting the food, getting the gun, the radio, the TV. Like it's cool as fuck. That's why I always like this movie. Come on, everybody, let's get along. Let's get along, guys. And she done lost her damn mind.
Her brother was killed.
He is so tiny, bro. He's so tiny. I'm sorry. Oh God. I gotta find out how tall he is, bro. That dude, he just looks so small to me. There's no way he my height. He gotta be at least about 5'5", 5'6". Boy, she gone. The government put crack in her blunt. Man, this was back when everybody was smoking cigarettes. This was before people were like, I don't smoke. No, I don't smoke. No smoking area. No smoking allowed.
Don't be afraid of me. I'm Helen Cooper, Harry's wife.
Yeah. She's seeing all these new people now. Like, who the fuck is this?
This place is ridiculous. Look at this. There's a million weak spots up here.
Jobby 360, welcome to the stream. They need a spear. Well, they got a gun.
Her brother was killed.
They got a gun. And the zombies aren't like that tough. Ben killed like a couple of them with just a tire iron.
About these windows. I can't see a damn thing. There could be 50 million of those things out there.
But it's mostly
That's how
about
much
the
these
numbers
windows are.
game. You can fight off a few of them. And they're scared of fire,
Why don't
too.
you do something to help somebody?
Here I have it. Drag a couple of those chairs together.
I'll get the
That's the
TV,
side
you
over
get the
here.
Sega. Somebody get the Nintendo.
You better
I'm
watch
just
this
kidding.
and try to understand what's going on. I don't want anyone's life on my hands.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't want to hear any more from you, mister. If you stay up here, you take orders from me. And that includes leaving
He
the
kind of
girl
looked like a young
It's on,
Obama.
No sound.
This is like Barack Obama trying to survive the zombie apocalypse
Incredible as they seem,
with a Trump
are
supporter.
not the results of mass hysteria.
The brother's the best
Hysteria. What do
actor
they
by
think we're
far.
imagining all this? Shut up!
The crazy thing is, he wasn't even in a lot of movies.
Wave of murder which is sweeping the eastern
He was in like
third of the nation
two or three
is
movies after
being
this.
committed by creatures who feast upon the flesh of their victims. First eyewitness accounts of this grisly development came from people who were understandably frightened and almost incoherent. Officials and newsmen at first discounted those eyewitness descriptions as being beyond belief. However, the reports persisted. Medical examinations of some of the victims bore out the fact that they had been partially devoured. I think we have some late word just arriving and I'll interrupt to bring this to you.
I'm going to be president one day.
This is the latest disclosure in a report from National Civil Defense Headquarters in Washington. It has been established that persons who have recently died have been returning to life and committing acts of murder. A widespread investigation of reports from funeral homes, morgues, and hospitals has concluded that the unburied dead are coming back to life and seeking human victims. It's hard for us here to believe what we're reporting to you, but it does seem to be a fact. When this emergency first began, radio and television was advising people to stay inside, behind locked doors for safety. Well, that situation has now changed, and we're able to report a definite course of action for you. Civil defense machinery has been organized to provide rescue stations with food, shelter, medical treatment, and protection by armed National Guardsmen. Stay tuned to the broadcasting stations in your local area for this list of rescue stations. This list will be repeated throughout our news coverage. Look for the name of the rescue station nearest you and make your way to that location as soon as possible.
So we have that truck. If we can get some gas, we can get out of here.
There's a pump out by the shed.
I know, that's why I pulled in here, but it's locked.
Emergency meeting called this afternoon by the president. Since convening
That thing is
this
uncomfortable.
conference of the presidential cabinet, the FBI, the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the CIA has not produced any public information. Why are space experts being consulted about an earthbound emergency? So far, all the betting on the answer to that question centers on the recent Explorer
I don't think there
satellite
was
shot
ever
to
like a
Venus.
definitive explanation
That
as to
satellite,
why
you
the
recall,
zombies came, though.
started back to Earth, but never got here. That's the space vehicle which orbited Venus and then was purposely destroyed by NASA when scientists discovered it was carrying a mysterious high-level radiation.
Like, this was supposed to give some
Could that
backdrop, but
radiation
nothing
be
was ever
somehow
completely
responsible for
confirmed.
the
Like, they were talking about
wholesale murders
radiation
we're
and
now
shit.
suffering. Newsman Don Quinn in Washington has posed those
It's
questions.
obvious our best move is to try to get out of here.
How are you going to get over to that pump?
Look,
I know this sounds crazy, but I kind of wish I could be there that night.
Explosion of the Venus probe,
Right.
yes, that was the subject of the meeting.
I know it's a terrible situation, but like the other guy said, it's like it's hard slice of life. I want to be comfy with them. The black dude served the Scully guy. You can be the boss of the cellar. I told you, man, like 2 alphas.
Radiation is not the cause of the mutation. I can't speak for the entire military at this time, gentlemen. I must disagree with these gentlemen presently until this is irrefutably proven.
The manlet, he's more like a follower. Like he's just gonna go, he'll go with the flow.
Professor, you feel that there is
Because you think about it, he stayed in the cellar with Cooper even when he heard the screaming upstairs.
I thought we decided
And it wasn't until everything stopped that he came up. Then he wanted to get big and bad.
Unusual amount of radiation, enough to cause mutation under certain.
But I guess it's kind of in line with his character, right? 'Cause he's like supposed to be a teenager or a young adult, so.
Will there be a reply for this?
When you're that age, you do just kind of go with the flow, whatever the adults are doing in a situation like this.
There will be a report this afternoon. Perhaps there will be a report, a later report. Will you close the window?
We are doing everything.
His wife got him by the balls. You can tell it's that type of like relationship. They've been married for like 20 years, and they both just sick of each other.
No, we have to try to get out of here.
He said the rescue stations have doctors and medical supplies. If we could get Karen there, we could get help for her.
Belmo is one of the world's foremost authorities on space science and technology.
Manlets can't catch a break. I'm
it's only
sorry.
about 17 miles from here.
I'm not one for picking on manlets, but he just looked short.
Judy and I are both from around here. We were on our way up to the lake to go swimming, and Judy had a radio, and we heard the first reports about this. So we knew the old house was here, and we came in and found the lady upstairs dead. Then these other people came. We went down into the basement and put a bar across the door, and it is pretty strong.
How could we possibly get away from here? We've got a sick child, 2 women, 1 woman out of her head, 3 men, and the place is surrounded with these things.
Dr. Grimes, your entire staff, I know, has been working very hard to find some solution to these things that are happening.
Don't laugh too much, Marco. You're just like 2 inches taller than him. I know, but that 2 inches is a big difference, bro. I'm telling you.
We don't know yet.
I'm telling you, bro. That 2 inches is major.
How bad has your kid been hurt?
Now, how about the basic
Look, you go down there and tell, now, Judy? Yeah, you tell Judy to come up here and you stay with the kid, all right?
In the cold room at the university.
I'm just saying, because
we
it's
have
like, I
cadaver.
go to the gym.
Cadaver from,
There's a
which all
guy
four
at the
limbs
gym
had been amputated.
who has,
Sometime
I
early
mean,
this
this guy's
morning,
like 200
it
pounds
opened
muscle,
its
bro.
eyes
But he
and
like
began to move
5'5",
its trunk.
5'6".
It was
Hey, I
dead,
know we've all
but
seen
it
that
opened
guy
its
that's like
eyes
super
and tried
buff,
to move.
but he's short with it.
They want you upstairs.
And good on him for
Did she
doing the
ask
best he
for
could
me?
with his body, but it always looks so funny, bro.
I don't understand.
Like a man that's my height, I could get big and big and bulky, and I wouldn't look like a compensating manlet.
I'll come back down as soon as I find out what they want.
Thank you, Judy.
The body should be disposed of at once, preferably by cremation.
Well, how long after death, then, does the body become reactivated?
It's only a matter of minutes.
Minutes? Well, that doesn't give people time to make any arrangements.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't give them time to make funeral arrangements. The bodies must be carried to the street and burned. They must be burned immediately. Soak them with gasoline and burn them.
Go outside and burn your loved ones.
Bereaved will have
Don't
to
worry about it.
forego the dubious comforts that a funeral service will give.
Stay safe in your homes, all that before they start dropping bombs in cities and surrounding areas like, yeah. Oh yeah, just stay in your house.
Is there a fruit cellar here?
Then they surround the city. You try to leave, you don't get shot.
We try to escape.
Hey, there's a big can of kerosene down there.
Like Resident Evil 2, the
I'll look for the
crazies.
bottles.
There's a big key ring down there. There may be a key to the gas pump on it.
I'll check.
We can toss the cocktails from a window upstairs. Meantime, a couple of us can go out and try to get the gas. We can come back for the rest of the people.
But that'll leave a door open someplace.
Yeah, that's right. It better be this door. It's closer to the truck. Before we go out, we'll put some supplies behind the cellar door. While we're gone, the rest of you can hold up in there.
I found some fruit jars in the cellar. And there's a key on here that's labeled for the gas pump out back.
I'm not really that used to the truck. I found it abandoned.
I can handle the truck, no sweat.
You're it, then. You and I'll go.
The Great Escape.
We'll put whatever lumber we find behind the cellar door. You can go upstairs and toss the cocktails from a window. Tom, you and I will have to unboard this door.
See, now we got
After you toss the
teamwork.
cocktails, you hustle back down here and lock this door. It's no good to board it up because we'll have to get back in quickly. After we get the gas and get back into the house, then we'll worry about getting everybody into the truck. All right, let's move it.
Break.
Except for the rescue stations which have been set up. Indications are that before this emergency is over, we will need many, many more.
I feel like if I was in a situation like this, I would lean towards like holding up though. Like fortify the doors, fortify the house, try to hold out.
You always have a smile for me.
That would be my thought
How can you
process.
smile like that all the time?
Because when you go out, it's more variables and
How many
shit.
do you have done?
Because it's not just zombies. You always gonna have like them purge type motherfuckers.
Come on, honey,
Right?
we gotta move.
Looters. Oh my god.
Are you sure about
People
the phone?
looting
The
and
phone
shit.
is dead out. All you get
They'll
is a
get
recorded
crazy.
message.
It ain't just zombies you gotta worry about. You gotta worry about
If I
other
could only
people.
call the folks. They're going to be so worried about
Remember
us.
those fucking Kenosha riots?
Everything
Imagine
will be
that
all
times
right.
10.
As soon as we get to Willard, we'll call them. They might even be there.
I know. Tom,
You're gonna have Korean people on top of
are
rooftops,
you sure we're doing the right thing, Tom?
like the race riots
about
in the
getting out of here?
1990s.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Well, the television said that's the right thing to
Go
do.
outside, you
We've
want
got
to.
get to a rescue station.
But then you
I
stay
don't know.
inside, somebody might try to
Come on, you're
rob
starting
where
to
you
sound
at.
like Mr. Cooper
It's
now.
just fucked up.
Why do you have to go out there?
Look, I know how to handle that truck, and I can handle the pump. Ben doesn't know anything about that stuff.
Ben doesn't know anything about trucks
We're
and
safe
pumps.
in here.
For how
What the
long,
hell?
honey? We're safe now. But there's gonna be more and more of those things.
I know all that.
She is kind of cute though.
Hey, listen. Remember when we had the big flood? Remember how difficult it was for us to convince you that it was right to leave? Remember we had to go to Willard then? This isn't a passing thing, honey. It's not like just a wind passing through. We've got to do something, and fast.
We gotta do something, baby. Kiss me, baby.
I just don't want you to go out there, that's all.
This is every need's dream to be in a survival situation, stuck in a home with a bunch of women around. They're thinking, yes, I have been waiting for this moment my whole life. I'm ready. Look, it ain't even about the women, bro. Because I'm not gonna get no bitches anyway. I'm not gonna get no bitches. But I don't know, it's something about like the companionship and the camaraderie of trying to survive together with people. Like,
We better get her downstairs.
I don't know, it's something about it, bro. Like it gets me all excited. Like I remember a while ago, all the lights had went out.
You have to go downstairs now, just for a little while,
And
until we
then
get back.
I'm in the house gathering
Then we can all
like
leave.
candles and
Oh, I'd like to leave.
flashlights
Yes.
and figuring out like how I can keep the rooms lit. What can we eat? Or times where we had like hurricane warnings and shit like that, and lights went out, or we were just preparing. Like I know that situations like that aren't something to be excited about, but I don't know. I always get excited during those little small crises like that. It's like it puts me in survival mode or something. You can do it, man. Yeah, you got to work together. You got to get everybody on the same page, even the crazy white man. I'm not gonna say he's crazy, but he's an asshole. Let's be honest. You got to get everybody together, though.
Okay, toss him.
Let's do it. So he's gonna be throwing Molotovs from the top window, while Ben and Shorty go and try to put gas in the truck. It's Shorty. I'm sorry. Yeah, that guy's hair is just getting louder and louder. Oh, hell no. They got me. They got me. Help, y'all. They got me. They got me.
Go ahead, go on.
If you hold out too long, you have purge type motherfuckers that go, yeah, exactly. You're right though. It's risky either way. It's really like pick your poison.
Get back in the cellar. I'm going. It's too late. It's too late.
We were just talking about this earlier, how women just act so emotional and get in the way. Now all of a sudden she wanted to go with her boyfriend.
Come on. Get in.
Dude, you remember, you gotta shoot him in the head. Stop fucking around, Ben. No silly zombies. You don't drive a truck like that. Oh, look, this is such a nice shot, too. Yeah, they getting kind of deep out there now.
This key won't work.
Watch it. Watch the torch.
Damn.
We gotta get away from the pump.
Hang on! Tom! Tom, you're crazy! Get out of the truck!
They fucked that up so quick.
Let's get out of here.
Run! Run!
Come on, come on.
My jacket's caught.
Well, now that's a slice of life. Oh, damn. I can never get over how stupid that whole shit just went down. He left the torch by the car, and while Shorty was getting the gas pump, he spilled gas all across the damn ground around the torch, and then set the truck on fire. They tried to move the truck, but by that point it was too late. He got out, but his girl was stuck on something in the truck, and they both ended up blowing the truck up. That's why you never put a manlet on the job. Never put a manlet. Never put a manlet on the team. They ain't done shit right since the police. Ah. He locked that fool out. Oh, he gave him that look. Gave him that look. Zombies being scared of fire, glad they got rid of this gimmick in modern movies. You don't see that a lot. But they needed something to like keep them away because of the members. It makes sense why they needed something. Like I get it in the context of this movie. Because by this point, with their members, like they just didn't really have a chance. You gonna lock me the fuck out? I'm gonna whoop your ass. Look at me, bitch.
I'd drag you out there and feed you those things.
He know he was wrong for that though. He locked that fool out there. You know you wrong when you just accept the ass whooping. He ain't even trying to fight back. When you just accept the ass whooping, you like, yeah, I was wrong. Just beat my ass, bro. Just beat my ass. See, this is what they're talking about though. Like this push the envelope. Like they got the zombies eating the bodies out of the, like the charred corpses out of the fucking trunk, man. Look at this. Yeah, now we've seen way worse shit than this, but this was the fucking 60s. Martin Luther King just died. John F. Kennedy just died. We ain't even got video games yet. And you imagine you a kid, you go to the damn theater, you see damn zombies eating flesh off bones of two characters you just saw. He got a fucking hand in his, he eating a hand. This some nightmare shit. Hip hop, look, hip hop ain't even been invented yet. And you watching motherfuckers get eaten by zombies? Look at him.
It's not 3 o'clock yet.
He just accepted that ass whipping too.
There's supposed to be another broadcast at 3 o'clock.
10 minutes.
Oh, only 10 more minutes? We don't have very long to wait. We can leave. Well, we better leave soon. It's 10 minutes to 3.
Man, she talking in circles.
You know anything about this area at all? I mean, is Willard the nearest town?
Look,
I don't know.
this nigga is still thinking of a damn plan.
We were just trying to get to a motel before dark.
You say those things turned your car over. You think we can get it back on its wheels and drive it? Where is it?
Seems like it was pretty far away.
The last plan got 2 people killed. And he sitting there like, well, what's next?
It's at least a mile.
Johnny has the keys.
You're gonna carry that child a mile?
I mean, you can't give up.
through that
Don't get
army
me
of
wrong,
things out
but
there?
I can carry the kid. What's wrong with her? How'd she get hurt?
One of those things grabbed her.
the funny part
on the
is,
arm.
it seems like the manlet is supposed to be the pretty
What's
boy
wrong?
that pulls the girls in this
Who knows what
film,
kind of disease
like the
those
black
things
pill is
carry?
safe. Oh, but
Is she
I think back
conscious?
then nobody really cared though like that.
She can't walk. She's too weak.
If you had a short actor, you just pair him with a shorter actress.
Well, one of
Tom
us could try to
Cruise
get to
style.
the car.
You gonna turn it over by yourself?
You can't start the car.
I think the
Johnny
problem
has
is
the
though,
keys.
the black guy, he's so tall. Like, he's at least 6 foot tall.
You have a car?
And that white guy's
Where?
pretty
Where
tall
is it?
too. And I think by comparison, it makes the white
Yeah,
or
I know.
Tom
But
look
where is it?
really short. Oh, ass crack. I saw ass crack.
Good Lord.
Look at it. I told you. You go to the theater and you see some shit like
Being
this.
monitored
This would have blew your
closely by
mind.
scientists at all the radiation detection stations.
In
At
1968.
this hour, they report the level of the mysterious radiation continues to increase steadily. So long as this
Damn, this is a
situation
cozy
remains,
movie. I
the
know.
spokesman warned that dead bodies will continue to be transformed into the flesh.
That's one of the main reasons why I like older horror
Persons who
movies.
die during this crisis, from whatever cause, will come back to life to seek human victims unless their bodies are
Oftentimes
first
they had
disposed
a
of
slower
by
pace,
cremation.
more
Our news
exposition.
cameras have just returned.
You know, they would take more
covering such
time
a
to
search
build
and
up
destroy operation against the ghouls.
to a
This one
climax.
conducted
It's not
by
for everybody.
Sheriff
It's
Conan
not for
McClellan
everybody.
in
Some people
Putnam
need
County,
that constant adrenaline rush
Now
of
let's
like
go to
shit
that
happening,
report.
people dying left and right.
All law enforcement agencies and the military.
But when you go back and watch older horror,
organized to search
uh-oh,
out and
they're them Trump
destroy the
supporters.
marauding ghouls.
Boy, you see them
Naval
niggas.
Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that a ghoul can be killed by a shot
Oh,
in the head
Lord.
or a heavy
I think
blow
Trump
to
was
the
in my
skull.
city the other day
Officials are
too.
quoted as explaining
Because I was
that
driving
since
around
the
and I
brain
saw a
of
bunch of
ghoul
white
has
people
been
with the
activated
red
by the radiation,
MAGA hats
the
on.
plan is kill the
If
brain
I wasn't busy, I
and
would
you
have went.
kill the ghoul.
Anything from the supply wagon, cuz?
Somebody check to see
no,
if
we're
Trump
all
was
right.
in North Carolina recently. I think he was right in my area.
in the fire. We don't want it getting up again.
At the event center.
how's everything going? Oh, things aren't going too bad. Men are taking it pretty good. You want to get on the other side of the road?
Boy, that's some good old boys right there.
think we'll be able to defeat these things? Well, we killed 19 of them today right in this area. Those last 3 we caught trying to claw their way into an abandoned shed. They must have thought somebody was in
And
there.
you know them
There
country,
wasn't,
them
We heard 'em
country
making
white
all
people.
kind of noise. We came
No
over and
offense,
beat 'em off,
but they
blasted 'em
live
down.
for shit like this. They can't wait.
Yeah, okay.
I was in Dunham
if
Sports
I were
today, and there was a
surrounded by
white
6
guy
or 8 of
talking
these
to the
things, would I
cashier
stand a
about
chance with
guns.
them? Well, there's no
And he
problem.
was
If
like-
you had a gun, shoot him in
he
the
was
head.
messing
That's
with
a
it
sure
like-
way to kill him. If you don't get
He was
yourself
talking
a
about
club
all
or a
the
torch,
features and
beat
shit.
'em or
I was like,
burn
yo,
'em.
this
They go
nigga
up
is like
pretty
a
easy.
scientist of
Well,
firearms.
Chief McClellan, how long do you think it will take you until you get the situation under control?
Don't break in
Well,
his
that's pretty
house. That's
hard
all I
to say.
know.
We don't know how many of them there are. We know when we find them, we can kill them.
Are they slow moving, Chief?
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
Well, in time, would you say you ought to be able to wrap this up in 24 hours?
Well, we don't really know. We know we'll be into it most of the night, probably into the early morning. We're working our way toward Willard, and we'll team up with the National Guard over there, and then we'll be able to give a more definite view.
Thank you very much, Chief McClellan. This is Bill Cardill, WIC TV 11 News.
Thank you, Bill, for that
Well,
report.
just wait for them to show up.
Official spokesman declined to speculate just how long it may take to
Humans
kill off
infighting in a
flesh
zombie
eaters.
apocalypse,
So long as
as
they have
always.
your
Oh, of course. The lights went out.
Is the fuse box in the cellar?
I don't know. It isn't the fuse.
I'm following along
Power
with them.
lines are down.
I'm kidding.
Helen, I have to get that gun.
Haven't you had enough?
Smacked him so hard his hairline
people are
receded
dead already on
2
account
more
of that
inches.
guy.
He
Take
had
a
to
look out that
accept it.
window.
He knew he was wrong. MAGA boys about to pull up. You just know all, like, if those guys were alive today, they would be straight up Trump supporters, red hats and all, for sure. This is one of the few movies where the locals just clean this shit up like no problem. Oh, but again, this is like the old school zombie movies. Like now, it's so much more extreme that it doesn't work like that. Like the Dawn of the Dead remake with the fast zombies, like a bunch of country boys getting together on trucks with their guns just wouldn't be enough. They would get overran eventually, or like somebody gonna get bit, and then it's gonna be confusion in the ranks, stuff like that, you know. But this was back when a zombie outbreak was manageable, right? You just needed enough country white men to band together and put a stop to it. But now, when this shit get out of control, it's too much. These zombies nowadays, they're too fast. The infection spread too quickly.
Go ahead. You want to stay up here now? Helen, get the cellar. Get the cellar now. Move!
Oh, shit. I still feel like that was fucked up, bro. Like, I get, because he stole the gun and pointed it at him. I got you. But I don't think he would have shot him. I feel like he overreacted when he shot him, man. I never liked that. I never liked that he ended up shooting him. To me, that was an overreaction. I don't think he would have shot him. I don't think he would. But I guess he was playing with his life the whole time, though, right? Like locking him outside. And then he would have definitely like just let him stay out there and locked him out of the cellar too. But damn. I guess he was just like, enough is enough, bro. But this is like the worst kind of infighting you can have, bro. Y'all start shooting each other. Like, it's definitely. It ain't comfy no more, I'll tell you that much. Oh shit! She's a hero now. She finally woke up.
Karen?
Oh damn. Hey, look at this now. Their daughter is eating the arm of the father. This is pushing the envelope. Come on.
Oh, baby.
It's pretty extreme. Yeah, the daughter was infected the whole time. I think she got bit before they made it to the farmhouse, and she was sick the whole time. And then stabs the mother to death. Dude, this movie is brutal. This movie is fucked up. Yo, you got it. Even for now, this is kind of fucked. This is fucked up, man. The infected daughter eats the dead father and stabs the mother to death with a garden tool. But I like how the white girl finally woke up. Like, she finally realized she got to fight back. Johnny! He's back! Oh, no! No! Barbara! No! Not Barbara! She was so useless! What would we ever do without Barbara? That's the first zombie for like the first damn scene. Oh. Yeah, the little girl had got bit earlier in the day. She was infected the whole time. Just going through that fever period. I like how this movie makes the civilians halfway competent, unlike modern movies, halfway. Halfway. This bald dude's been a liability for the jump. Lock me outside, you get a pop. Yo, look, I get it to a certain extent. I just feel like it was overreaction, still. Because I don't think he would have shot, that's all I'm saying. I don't think he would have shot Ben under any circumstance. I don't think he would have did that. But like you said, he was playing with his life. So it's like, if I was there, I would have been uncomfortable. But I wouldn't have been like, let's kill Ben to get him back, right? If I was with Ben and he killed Cooper, I would have been like, yo, that wasn't cool, but I ain't gonna say nothing else. I'm gonna be like, yo, that ain't cool, but I ain't gonna get in your way. But like you said, he was playing with his life. He was playing with his life doing that shit. Oh God, dude, come on now. This movie is brutal. And the father gets up. Coop, stay down, Coop. I'll shoot you again, Coop. I'm too black for this shit. Shoot them all in the head, man. He already met the Norwood Reaper. Now the other one's paying him a visit. I'm questioning Chad's taste from now on. Oh no. At this point, homie gotta bite the bullet. Boy, it's late out here. Where he at? I don't know. I don't see him. You know what's so funny about this movie, bruh? Ben and Cooper were arguing over what was better, staying in the cellar or defending the house upstairs and trying to escape. And it turns out the cellar was safe. The cellar was literally the safest place because they never could get in there when he hid in there at the end. The only thing about the cellar is that the daughter was down there. So if they did decide to hide in the cellar, the daughter could have bit somebody and then it could have, you know how it'd be a chain reaction? Like the daughter bites the mother, then Cooper's like, you're not killing my daughter, I'll fight you, Ben. Then Ben shoots Cooper, but then he gets bit by the daughter, you know. But still, the cellar literally was the safest place. That's the funny thing about this movie, man. People give Cooper a lot of shit, but he was right about that damn cellar being safe. They can never get in there. Oh, they done got the dogs out now.
Hey, Vince, Al, you want to get about 4 or 5 men and a couple dogs? There's a house over here behind those trees. We want to go check it out. You stay here, Bill.
Yeah, Chief, we're going to stay with it till we meet up with the National Guard.
Where'd you get the coffee?
One of the volunteers, you're doing all the work, you take it.
Thank you. We should be wrapped up here about 3 or 4 more hours. We'll probably get into Willard then. I guess you can go over there and meet the National Guard. Nick, you and the rest of these men want to come with me?
Well, Bill, I'm going to check in the office, see what's happening. All right, Steve, tell them we're going to stay with it, and everything appears to be under control.
What a night. He probably sitting there like, damn, I guess Cooper was right. This cellar pretty damn safe. Well, damn, Coop. I almost regret shooting you. Almost. Oh, y'all don't stand a chance, man. Oh, they got down on the knee with it? Full accuracy? If you want to survive, just hang out with them fools right there.
These guys can follow the wagon down. I only need a few men to check out the house. Somebody had a cookout here, Vince.
Yeah, sure looks like it, Cal.
Oh, that was the truck where the teenage couple blew up at. Look at how thorough they are. You never see shit like this in the modern movies, bro. In the modern movies, somebody gonna fuck up and get bit. And then he ain't gonna tell nobody, and then he gonna bite somebody else, and then they gonna be on the helicopter when that happened. Then the helicopter crashed into a building of survivors, and then now the survivors, they wide open for attack from the top.
Nick, Tony.
These guys just like, we got guns and we gonna kill everything we see.
You, drag that out of here and throw it on the fire.
Nothing down here.
All right, go ahead down and give him a hand. Let's go check out the house, man.
There's something there. I heard a noise.
All right, Vince, hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Send the wagon through, come directly ahead. Over.
Keep those dogs back off of those things.
Damn, indeed.
Run more quickly.
I forgot how dark they if you've seen it, you already knew. Oh man. Damn, this movie ended up being crazy. I take my cozy comment back. It's cozy at first, but it gets crazy towards like the end. They try to escape. Yeah. My mom, she saw this movie when she was a kid. And I swear, whenever this movie comes on, she always says the same thing. That black man worked so hard. He worked so hard to keep those white people alive. And he ended up dying in the end. My mom, she hated this ending so much. She hated it. It's like every time the movie come on, she'll watch it. But she hates this ending so much. She hates it, bro. Literally every time, she'll say the same thing. That black man worked so hard. And he did. Like, he struggled so hard. It wasn't like he was the best protagonist or anything like that. I think it's kind of funny because, like I said, when you look at certain elements of the story, Ben is the hero character, but he makes several mistakes throughout. the way that he fumbled the plan of escaping on the truck by leaving the torch near the truck. Him thinking that boarding up the upper part of the house and escaping was better than hiding in the cellar. And to a certain extent, him killing Cooper, and again, that's debatable because Cooper, like I said, Cooper was playing with his life. So I'm not too mad at him about that, but that's questionable. Like, that's questionable for a hero. I'll put it like that. But Ben really is like, he was like a flawed hero type character, if you think about it. So it's not really like you have the hero. It really is more like random people trying to survive. And Ben was just the de facto leader out of the group, if you think about it. But it wasn't like he was just so much smarter than anybody else. Like he was just desperate to survive. He was in there punching white women, punching white men. But if nothing else, that man, he struggled all fucking night. All night, he was just sitting there struggling, bro, trying to survive. He worked so hard. He boarded up all them windows, all them doors. This dude was fighting zombies hand to hand with or tire iron, found a gun. He was shooting them, formulating plans. Found the TV, the radio, got everybody together, managing personalities and egos. Oh, man. And then to get killed by the good old boys in the end, to get killed by the damn Trump supporters, even though Trump, Trump was probably like, a teenager back then or something? Man. It is fucked up though, but yeah, it's a dark ending. Like he died for nothing, bruh. He woke up and peeked out the window, and they thought he was a zombie. It was that simple. Like he survived, he made it, but they were just going around killing everything that they saw, and they saw him, and they didn't know he was a human. They didn't know he was still alive, and so they just killed him before he had a chance to identify himself. Damn, like that's such a black pill ending right there, bro. Like that's the black pill. This movie is black. This is some black pill horror right here, man. You think about it. This is some black pill horror. That's what I call it. Damn. I don't know, man. I've probably seen it 100 times, but it's one of those movies where you almost want to rewrite the ending, you know? You just like, damn. Like, he was that close. Would the movie have been better if he survived, though? Like, that's the thing. Like, you got to think about that. You got to think about that. Because having the good ending isn't always the best ending. Look at Invasion of the Body Snatchers. The original version, it ended on like a relatively good note, but the remake ended sour. You know, it basically ended with the heroes being defeated by the aliens. And I think most people would agree that the remake, at least the ending, is better than the original movie's ending, even though it was like a darker ending. So you can't always think that having the ending where the hero survives is always the best. It's really not. It's really not. Sometimes you need a bit of darkness. Sometimes you even need like some ambiguity as far as like how things end. Ben just needed some good teammates. Everybody was just arguing the whole time. Look, Tom was okay. I know I was giving him shit for being short, right? I know I was giving Tom a lot of shit. I just realized I was way off in the corner over there. I know I was giving Tom a lot of shit for being a manlet. But truthfully, he was the best teammate out of everybody. He was on board. He was on board to go along with the plan. He was ready to drive the truck. Like, he was down. Tom was cool. I fuck with Tom. Tom was cool. And Cooper, even though Cooper was problematic, when they got together and actually formulated a plan, and they saw that what the TV was telling them, and you know that's so funny when you think about it, because it just shows how like easily brainwashed that generation was. Like they were literally just waiting for the TV to tell them what to do, and that's how everybody kind of came together and went along with this new plan to escape the farmhouse on the truck. But when they finally did get a plan, to be fair, Cooper, he was like, okay, I'm down, and he helped out. But when the plan failed, his fear got the better of him and he locked Ben out. And then that's when things went downhill as far as his relationship with Ben. And it already wasn't that great. But yeah, and then Barbara, useless. Cooper's wife, also useless. And then you got a sick daughter in the basement, useless. Tom's girlfriend, useless. All the women were just useless. I mean, let's just be honest. You know what's funny about the remake? Like I said, Tony Todd plays Ben in the remake. Let me see if I can actually let me see if I can bring that up real quick. Let me see here. Let me see. Oh, look at me, so handsome. But yeah, Tony Todd plays Ben in the remake of the movie. But in the remake, what's interesting about it is that the Barbara character, and you can tell that it kind of shows how times changed from the 60s to the 90s. They completely changed the Barbara character from being like this near comatose, traumatized woman that wasn't doing anything into like a strong, independent heroine. So the events happen much like they happen in this movie, where her brother gets killed and then she's traumatized and shit, but she snaps out of it and becomes like this badass, like zombie killing bitch. And then Ben kind of takes a back seat to her somewhat. Let me see, what's it called? Night of the Living Dead remake. Let me see here. They should make a remake for the remake. I'm just saying. Cause that remake was not good. So I'm like, look, let's try again. let's actually try again. I think they could do it right this time. Cause that first remake was not good. Night of the Living Dead remake. Let me see if I can get these pictures up. Oh, I ain't gonna lie though, like they casted it so well though. They did a good job casting it, to be honest. But it's like it just didn't click. I don't know why it didn't click for me, but the remake just, I don't know, it just didn't click. Let me make sure. Make sure I ain't got nothing crazy. Okay, I'm gonna bring it up so y'all can see like some of the still images. Let me see here. Face and screen. There we go. Yeah. See, that's it right there. So on the left, that's what we just watched, and that's the remake. And you notice this guy. This is the guy that played Candyman, Tony Todd. He played Ben in the remake. I think that's Tom, his girlfriend. There's Cooper, of course, balding, in all his balding glory. But yeah, it's well casted. Like they did a good job. Like visually, aesthetically, it looks just like it, right? But I'm telling you, you go watch it, and it's just not that good. Just not that good. Yeah, and that's Barbara. That's new Barbara. And you can already tell from some of the pictures that they tried to like look at and see. You can see she got the gun now. So it just and look, I don't hate it because I think sometimes when it comes to remakes, you do have to sort of defy the expectations of the audience, or they're going to predict everything. Just like the Resident Evil remake in the games, right? Like, just for instance, there's that hallway where the dogs burst through the window. In the remake, the first time you go through that hallway, the window just cracks. The dogs don't break through. So they play with your expectations because they know what you expect. And so they did that with this movie by making the Barbara character end up coming out of like her traumatized state and actually being like a significant help to the Ben character. But I don't know. Again, man, it's interesting to go back and watch it, but it didn't really hit home for me. Which it's just crazy because aesthetically it looks so good. There's Johnny. Well, that wasn't good casting right there. I don't know about that casting, but I don't like this Barbara either, though. Like, I'm not mad at the whole feminist Barbara idea. Don't get me wrong. I'm cool with it. But I don't like that they got a redhead to play her. They should just went ahead and got, like, because they basically copy and pasted everybody else, right? So why did they get a redhead for her? Why didn't they get, like, another blondie for her? I don't know. I don't get it. But oh well. Yeah. What a cool aesthetic, though. Yeah, the movie falls short, but it's a cool aesthetic overall. This might be the best zombie movie of all time just for realism. Ben's flawed human being. Also, it was disturbing to see him execute the family one by one with shots to the end. Yes. Yes. And I just talked about that. When you really look at it, yeah, Ben is like supposed to be the hero protagonist character. But when you actually look at it throughout the whole movie, like, yeah, he's flawed. Like, a lot of what he didn't work. And then he dies in the end. He was wrong about the cellar. He fucked up the plan to escape on the truck because he left the torch too close to the truck. He killed Cooper. Again, debatable, but still. And then he does end up surviving the night, but unfortunately gets killed because he gets mistaken for a zombie. Which to a certain extent isn't his fault. My mom always says, why didn't he just scream and say, I'm alive, I'm alive? But remember, he was confused. He heard gunshots and he was like, what? And dogs barking. It's like, when you look at him, he's looking out the window to see what's going on before he reveals himself, which is smart. Think about it. Because we were just talking about purge shit earlier, right? You don't know if they come to save you or if they hunting for niggas. But seriously. So it was smart that he looked out first, but they spotted him and then took him out before he knew what they were, who they were, and and what was going on. But yeah, like you said, like that's the cool part about it is it literally is just like a bunch of people trying to survive together. And I think, again, that's kind of one of the bad things about the remake when you look at what they did with the Barbara character. And I'm not mad at it. Again, feminist Barbara, fine, I got you. But it undoes the element that we just talked about, how everybody is flawed. Like, nobody in this situation was like a Mary Sue type of hero character. Like, everybody had their flaws. Like, when you look at something like Dawn of the Dead, I remember you had the nurse character. Well, I'm talking about the remake with Ving Rhames. You had the nurse character and that white guy who was a TV salesman in particular. Those were like the two hero characters. And they weren't really presented as being like overly heroic, but they didn't have those flaws either. And that's kind of what I appreciate about this particular group of survivors. Like, again, they were just literally just random people trying to survive together. Nobody was really like super heroic or anything. Like Ben was trying, but but at the end of the day, it was overall it was still too much for him. You know, overall, it was still too much. Right. And then you had Cooper, who was just a complete asshole, a coward at that. He heard the girl screaming, didn't try to help. When Ben's plan to escape on the truck didn't work, he locked them outside. Like, Cooper was just a straight coward. And the women were useless. The women didn't do anything. And the worst, hold up though. The worst. I didn't even get on this bitch. Hold up. Where's she at? Where's she at? Not even Barbara. We all know Barbara is traumatized. We got that. Night of the Living Dead, Tom, and Judy. Okay, Tom. Hold up now. Because I ain't even, bruh, this bitch. So when they formulate the plan to escape on the truck, at the last minute, she says that she wants to get on the truck too with Tom. For what? For what? Like, and then on top of that, when she ran outside, she hesitated. She looked and looked back and looked forward. And then Ben was like, if you're going to come, come. And then she got in the truck. And yeah, Ben and Tom fucked up as far as handling the gasoline and the torch, and they blew up the truck. But Tom had enough time to get out the truck. He got out the truck. Her jacket was stuck on something in the truck, and he went back to get her out, and that's when the truck blew up. So she got him killed, and that's what really started like the chain reaction of things going out of control. Because I think if Tom and Judy never got killed, Cooper probably would have never locked the door. I think he locked the door because he really didn't give a fuck about Ben in particular. And I think seeing people die in front of him probably made him more scared. If they just fucked up the truck, then it's like, all right, well, all three of them are rushing back into the house. You know, we might still have a chance. We just fucked up the truck. But I think when he saw two of the three die in front of him like that, it fucked with him. If you think about it, Judy is the biggest fuck up in the whole goddamn movie. She should have never went outside. They didn't need her at all, bruh. If she would have never went out, Tom would have escaped from the truck in time before it blew up. And he would have made it back inside with Ben. And again, the truck is gone bad. But having those two extra bodies to help out in there would have kept a lot of the chaos from happening. And then on top of that, it's less likely that Ben would have had to kill Cooper. I'm telling you, it was a chain reaction of bad shit happening, bruh. And it really started with her. A movie that was trying to be dark macabre before the zombie genre was up in its own ass. Oh yeah, it's going now. It's the zombie genre is completely oversaturated, overdone, and whatnot. You know, but this was one of those movies that was pretty edgy. It was pretty edgy. You know, when you go back to watch horror movies, like older horror movies, a lot of the stuff before the 60s was pretty tame. You know, that's where you had like the Draculas and the Frankensteins. It was some cool stuff, don't get me wrong. But they weren't pushing the envelope like that. It's like I said earlier, bruh. If any of you guys have seen The Thing from 1982, right? I'm sure we've all seen this, right? The Thing 1982. Compare that to The Thing in 1951. I mean, like, and my mom loves this movie. Talk about a comfy horror movie. Cozy. This shit is maximum cozy. My mom, but I mean, way different as far as like the edginess and whatnot. Like, it's, man, and I think it's a decent horror movie. It's a decent horror movie. But to me, it's the perfect comparison of different eras in horror. And you didn't really see horror movies getting super dark until the 60s, basically. And definitely in the 70s. Like the 70s is when it really, oh my God. Like that's when shit just, they didn't care anymore. Manlets can't hold masculine frame to save their lives. Hey, bless their heart though. Chad Marco Pizza, best Halloween ever. How are you doing, man? I'm doing fantastic. You got pizza? I had pizza. Oh man. I had pizza. Man, man, I'm balling right now. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm balling. How would you write this movie for it to be better? How would I write the movie for it to be better? That's a good question. That's a good question. You know, there's only really one thing about this movie that bothered me, to be honest. I think, now, of course, no movie is perfect, but I don't have like a lot of issues with the movie. Like I love the movie as it is, even the dark ending and all that. You know, I just hate it for my mom because it fucked with her because she saw it as a kid and whatnot when it came out. But I'm okay with it. But the only thing that bothered me about this movie that really comes to mind is the way Tom and Judy died. I would have rewrote that. I don't like the fact that they died in an explosion. Yes, they got eaten by the zombies later, and that was fucked up. But I think anytime you have a horror movie, it's always preferable for the survivors or the victims to be killed by the actual killer or the monster or the zombies in this situation. So I would have simply rewritten it so that they would have gotten directly killed by the zombies as opposed to killed in the explosion. So again, I don't know exactly how I would have twisted it to make that so. Like maybe when they're trying to get out of the truck, Judy gets out on her side and gets grabbed by a zombie, and then they start biting and tearing her up, and then Tom tries to help. Maybe they get him too. Maybe Ben pulls him away and he dies later somehow else. But that's what I would do. Because really, I love the movie as it is. It doesn't need me to rewrite anything, and I think that its legacy says it all. You know, it's one of the most popular, beloved horror movies ever. It's the granddaddy of zombie movies, if you will. But that was the one thing. If I had to, I would have just rewritten that part. Because like I said, in my opinion, I think it's always best for the victim to die at the hands of the killer, as opposed to some fucking accident, falling off a cliff. I bumped my head. But that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. That's the only thing that ever really stood out to me as being like something that I would have done differently. I just would have rewritten their deaths to be as a direct result of the zombies as opposed to the explosion. Because if you think about it, it still works, right? Tom and Judy can escape from the truck. The truck still explodes, but Judy gets grabbed by zombies. She dies in that. And then with Tom, you can either let him die with her, trying to save her, or he can die later. But that's about it. That's about all. That's all I would do. For sure. The Dawn of the Dead remake is so great. It's wonderful. Oh my God. It's wonderful. And it's so funny because you compare it to the original movie. Like the original movie, it's a good movie, but it's so much slower. So my God, it's so much slower, man. Man, like they took they took that movie and turned it Super Saiyan with the remake. That remake is excellent. It's excellent. Again, I love the original, but I got to be honest. The remake is better. I'm just going to say it. The remake is. That's one of the times where in my opinion, I would say the remake is actually better. I like the original, but that remake was killer. I didn't notice it at first because I saw the remake first before I saw the original. But the black guy, the from the original Dawn of the Dead, Ken Foree, he made a cameo appearance in the remake. He was that preacher on TV when they were up in the mall that night, and he was like, "You kill unborn children. You have sex out of wedlock. You have same-sex relations. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth." Oh, that shit was so ominous and creepy the way he said that shit. But he was from the original movie. And he was the dad in Kenan and Kel. It's a time place movie. Women at that time had to be damsels in distress. Yes. No, you're right. Like it's funny when you compare the times. Because when you see the remake, they made a completely different Barbara. They flipped her completely to be I wouldn't say badass, but she was a take charge ass bitch. She wasn't playing. She took charge, that's for sure. That was feminist Barbara. But yeah. And it's just like what I was talking about earlier. With the portrayal of black men in horror movies before this. Like oftentimes black men in horror movies were like, again, butlers, idiots, mumble mouths and shit like that. What's that shit? Go back, and you ain't gotta watch the whole thing, but it's a movie called King of the Zombies from the 40s, and it's a black character in there. I can't lie, bro. He funny as hell, but this guy right here, bro. This guy, like, this was black representation in horror movies before the damn 60s and shit. Like this bug-eyed Uncle Tom motherfucker right here, dude. Now he was funny as hell in this movie. I ain't gonna lie. He was funny as hell. But this is what we were doing before Ben. We were this nigga. Short, fat, bug-eyed, stupid, scared. And just hanging out under the white man. Look at that. That's a big difference from being knocking niggas out. I mean, knocking white men out and punching white women in the face. We came a long way, man. We came a long way. Marco lives for survival horror. I do. I love it. Survival horror games, horror movies. Such a realistic and crazy situation that could happen. And I think, like I said before, that's what made this movie so special, was like just how it was presented as being like a crisis, similar to like a hurricane or a flood, a storm, outbreak of war. And I think it just made it more relatable. Everybody could put themselves in the shoes of the protagonist in this movie. Like, what if that were me? As opposed to like a lot of other movies where, you got people, like, just for instance, right? You ever hear black people say stuff like, I would never be in that situation because like only white people go hiking, or only white people go camping in the woods and shit. Only white people go cave diving. Right? Like, damn, why they all out there cave diving and hiking and shit? Like, a lot of times as black people, we can't relate to some of these scenarios in horror. Like when it's like a group of white people going to a cabin in the woods, we don't do shit like that. I'm not saying all black people or all. I'm just saying in general in our culture, Like, that's not what we tend to do when we try to have fun. We don't think, let's go cabin in the woods. Let's go hiking and shit like that. And so we can't relate to these scenarios. We look at it like, oh, these dumbass, right? These crazy white folk doing crazy white folk stuff. Oh, they hiking in the mountains. And now they getting chased by a bear. We ain't never seen a bear in real life. But this was different. This was something that, again, no matter where you at, whether you in the country, in the city, whether you at home or at school, at work, you can think about it. Like, what if it happened right now? What if I was at work and then the zombie apocalypse happened? What if I was at school? What if I was at home? What if I was at the grocery store? Because Ben tells the story of how it happened for him. He was at a diner when everything popped off. And so again, the way they presented it was like everybody could say, what if I was in his shoes? What if I was, it was for everybody to think about. You know, this wasn't Dracula's castle, right? You don't got to worry about that. I'm not going to fucking Dracula's castle. I'm not going to hang out with a damn cannibalistic tribe in the Amazon that worships the tree god. I'm not going to space with fucking Ripley and her crew, you know, but zombie apocalypse, that's for everybody. Come on. That's for everybody to play around with. Short, bug-eyed, bald, and in fact, yeah. But I'm telling you, that movie is funny as hell. It's funny. Like, it's a comedy horror, but it just shows how we were presented back then in horror. Like, we were done dirty. Look at... But like the other guy said, time and place. Time and place. All right, guys. So that was the stream. We had a good time, though. We had a good time. I'll probably stream again over the weekend because, you know, even though this is Halloween night, I always, you know, tend to celebrate Halloween over the course of a few days by like having a horror movie marathon. And I'm going to watch most of my movies over this weekend. So I might stream. Well, I'll definitely stream again. I'll put it like that. I wouldn't miss it for the world. But I don't know if it'll be Friday or Saturday. I might do a stream every night, to be honest. How would that sound? Let's do like a little, let's stream an old B horror movie every night. Have a good old time like this in our celebration of the Halloween holiday. But we had a good time tonight. Checked out Night of the Living Dead. I'll see what other public domain horror movie I can dig up for us to watch that won't get me YouTube copyright strike. And yeah, so I'll probably be streaming again either I'm gonna try to do it tomorrow. In fact, I'm gonna definitely do it tomorrow. I want to commit myself to it. So I'll see you guys tomorrow night. We're gonna have another horror movie stream. And I'll figure out what we're going to watch by then. So I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you.